Hello! We're back, finally, after, I think, yet another week or two break. And, yeah, I've been just going to Smash Bros tournaments and doing work and making sure Basila is dying of appendicitis right here, as it seems to be the case. Hold on, give me just one moment, guys. But yeah, no, things have been good. And yeah, so I think we'll continue doing this. The Jedi, we defeated the Sith apprentice, who I think didn't have a lightsaber, and we pretty much completed Taurus, which is surprising for how long it's taken the like beginner starter world. And it's been a little bit since I've played this, so it may take me a second to get back. Oh, do we not have a shared inventory? It says party item, all items. Oh, we don't have any med packs, so can't she do some Jedi healing BS? No, something Bueller. Oh, you know what it is? It's funny. It's actually behind my microphone. The little tab. I don't think it even comes up on OBS because it's behind me, but yeah, we can cast food here, so, and that should be enough to make everybody back to full health here. But yeah, I think the topic, I don't know, if we get out of here, we're gonna like be forced to evacuate or something. But wait, maybe we're supposed to do something here. I don't remember. It's been a while. Sorry. Training box, something we got. Did we get some sweet loot? I don't remember. I don't remember what we even got. Let's check out the loot. I'm sorry. I'm going back and forth here, but I feel like we did get some sweet stuff when we cashed out here. So what that's 18, 17. Ooh, light battle armor. Yep, I was right. We did get something that was a little bit better. So this is good. Still got these energy shields. I don't ever use the stealth generator, so there's no reason to do that. I still have those geeky things. They're the same. Dex +1, strength +1. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're ready to go. God, it's a little bit of an improvement, I think. Just a minor improvement. Not, I wouldn't say a massive one, but, you know, somewhat palpable. But yeah, so today's topics, and there's actually two of them. Only one of them was supposed to be the one for the day, and then the other one came up kind of rapidly. I wanted to talk a little bit about the FGC, and for those who don't know, which is probably most people, the FGC is the fighting game community. It's a community that I've been a part of formally. I mean, what is formal? I've been attending tournaments for the fighting game community since about 2015, but I was interested in games in a competitive sense that were fighting games since about 2010. I've seen a lot of different changes, I've watched a lot of games, and I've played a ton of games, and I produced a kind of sort of not really popular YouTube series for FGC stuff that was very popular on select like feeds for people that are into fighting games, namely like eventhubs.com, which is a really big website for people who are into that stuff. I just want to make sure I'm going the right way. I think I gotta go to the Undercity. Where was Canderous is who we need to hook up with and give the codes. So I'm just curious. I think he was in the cantina.
You've already just be careful.
Yeah, cool. I think he was in the cantina. I think we can actually still get attacked by random goons down here. Yeah, maybe all that's dealt with. But basically, I used to produce content for the FGC. I'm still, super into it. And I used to create YouTube videos under the name The Stream Monster, which kind of averaged, I didn't really get more than like 15K views on anything, and it's not about the views. Clearly it isn't. Here's Candace. I at least was able to remember that. We'll wait, and I'll explain this while I'm in the cantina, I guess. I know there's a side quest in here for the arena as well. Can I sit down? Did they let me RP sit here? No? No? Can I get on the stage? You can't jump. But I'll just stand here, I guess. It makes a nice backdrop. So yeah, so basically I produced content for them for a little while, or I produced content under the name of Stream Monster. I made funny videos, funny kind of trashy, intentionally trashy videos about FGC stuff, and mostly like how the stream chat talks during events. And they were moderately successful, and it was an enjoyable ride, but it kind of came to a close. My life moved on, and stuff happened. I'll get into my whole FGC history in a minute, but the point being is that I had a YouTube channel that was never, I think, as successful as I would have liked it to be, especially when at the time I was somebody who didn't have like a real career job or a real like kind of direction. And like a lot of people at the time, I wanted to make money off YouTube and I cared about views. Well, the second topic of today, hilariously, is a Star Wars related project called Star Wars Fate of the Chosen, I think I called it, which was the second thing I ever edited in Premiere Pro. And I had seen that, the guy from that 70s show who played Venom in Spider-Man 3, Topher Grace, had an editing fun time of cutting together a cut of the first 3 prequel movies for Star Wars. And I thought that was interesting, and I originally tried to look up his video and I couldn't find it, and I said, well, I'll do The Hobbit. And I did make The Hobbit, and I cut the movie as well as I could, and I realized that it made no sense because the beginning of the movie is like, kind of presents the idea of, there's no reason to go out into the world and do crazy dangerous things because that's just stupid, and then the later half of the movie verifies that claim by having all the dwarves get killed, and then Bilbo is like, but at least it was fun, it helped me grow as an individual. And it was like, no dude, you guys literally just traveled to the other side of the world to get killed by a dragon and gain nothing and almost cause a war, and then you got a ring that made you go insane. So there is no happy ending to that story at all, and it makes no sense. The second thing I did was the Star Wars prequel cut, and I was generally pretty happy with it. And I showed it to maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people, just to see what they thought. And I forgot about it, and it was under another email account that I had on YouTube. And I was searching something for one of the videos for this under the Melnick Plays channel. And I typed in my name. I wasn't thinking to type in Melnick Plays, and I typed in Taylor Melnick, and the first thing that came up was Star Wars Fate of the Chosen 2015 something, right? And it was funny to me because I looked at the video and it had like 400,000 views. It had been taken down, I think, copyright striked like 3 years ago, probably, around when one of the new movies came out and they started striking a lot of stuff. But I was like shocked. It was like I'd never had a video even, kind of that big with Stream Monster or any of the fun kind of trippy videos I'd make just for After Effects fun. I mean, I know none of these videos have like amazing production, but I used to dump hours into doing editing and stuff, and that was an early project. But I was just like completely floored that this video had like anybody had ever even seen this thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I found that out 10 minutes ago, and I, texted my sister and my girlfriend, and I was just like completely blown away. But yeah, it was a fun project. You know, you might be able to see the evidence of this if you just go on YouTube. It should say, just type in my name, and it should say Star Wars Fair the Chosen, and at least you can enjoy the views there. But I still have the cut saved, so if anybody's interested in that for whatever weird reason, you can see it. But let's talk to Candace, and then I'll get into the FGC stuff. I don't want to hold this up too long.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together. Now, I know the Sith military base had a break-in, and I know it was you. I know you've got those departure codes I need. So what do you say? We join forces, and I can get you inside Davik's base and right to the Ebon Hawk.
Hell yeah!
Go right now.
Let's see.
Davik's always looking to recruit new talent. I'll tell him how you won that swoop race. Mention that you're interested in working for the exchange. I'll say I brought you in so he could check you out. He'll have you stay at his estate for a couple of days while he runs some background checks on you. That's standard procedure.
Yeah, those background checks can take a month, man. I remember when I was starting to Lockheed, it took forever.
You're just objecting because you didn't think of it.
No.
Thinking about all the parking tickets you may or may not have paid.
Life in your hands, however.
I can say the same about you. That makes us even. Fortunately, we both want to get off this rock, right? While Davik's checking you out.
It's weird that he like
went
went back and forth there. That it was like Davik is checking out the Ebon Hawk. No, he's actually doing this. Man, I have a weird outfit. He has a cybernetic implant. He's got a healing factor. Oh my god, he's like Wolverine. Alright, so I should bring Candace and Bastila. What? But how do I... So oh, add. There you go. Nice. Damn, if I would have messed that up, I would be stuck in I would have been stuck with one party member in this instance effectively, and that would have blown. You know what else though? I also started this quest without getting any med packs. So that was dumb, but at least I have Bastila, who has Force Heal, and you kind of have to run with that. I did some reading about what's good in this game, and apparently double-bladed lightsabers are like super duper OD. I just don't particularly care for double-bladed lightsabers, so I think I'm just going to do dual wield if I get the correct feats. But I think otherwise, I might even just do single. I know single is bad, but...
The search for Bastila is taking too long. We cannot risk her escaping Taris. Destroy the entire planet.
The entire planet, Lord Malik? But there are billions of people on Taris. We'd be slaughtering countless innocent civilians, not to mention our own men still on the surface.
Do not talk back to me.
Predecessor once made the mistake of questioning my orders, Admiral. Surely you are not so foolish as to make the same mistake.
Oh man.
Of course not, my lord.
People on the bridge of starships have a tendency to be choked if they're upper-level managers.
I suggest you begin immediately. You are dismissed, Admiral.
He was hoping to have a cushy job. He got that big promotion, and he saw his leads doing all this work, and he was like, I can do that. It'll be easy. And then he's like, back when I was cleaning the... Back when I was a swabby cleaning the toilets on the ship, I didn't have to worry about getting strangled.
Myself, you usually travel alone.
It's not like you to take on partners, Candace. You're getting soft.
Watch yourself, Callow. You may be the newest Cath Hound in the pack, but you aren't top dog yet.
Enough. I won't have my top two men killing each other. That's not good business.
Top two men killing each other.
As an explanation as to why he's not working solo anymore.
This is a special case, Davik. I ran into someone the Exchange might want to recruit. You may have heard something of their exploits already.
Ah, yes. Now I recognize your companion. The rider who won the big swoop race. Very impressive, as was your display in the rather heated battle afterwards.
He liked that he was being complimented there, couldn't you tell? He started out, my name's Taco Bell.
You know, Canderous was right. The Exchange is always looking for new talent. You could have a bright future with our organization. With the recommendation from Canderous and a thorough background check.
And a thorough
you could
background
become part
check.
of the Exchange. Many would kill to prove themselves worthy.
Oy vey!
Don't be so hasty. Our allies end up much better off than our enemies, as both Canderous and Callow Nord could surely tell you. The Exchange has much to offer. Come with me. I will give you a tour of my operations. I'm certain you'll be most impressed.
He's got a strange
there she
purple
is.
armor,
The
you know?
Ebonhawk, my pride and joy, the fastest ship in the Outer Rim. Note the state-of-the-art security system I've had installed to protect her. The shields are completely impregnable. Nobody can get past them without the codes to try and steal my baby. Unfortunately, the Sith military blockade has grounded my vessel. The Ebonhawk can outrun any vessel in the galaxy. But even she isn't fast enough to avoid the auto-targeting laser cannons of the orbiting Sith fleet. I am, of course, working on acquiring the Sith departure codes so that I may come and go as I please. However, progress has been slow. But we should continue our tour.
We should continue our tour, eh? Bapa
These
boy.
will be your accommodations. The slave quarters are just down the hall. If you need anything during your stay, food, a massage, feel free to call upon their services. If all goes well with your background check, you will be invited to join the Exchange. I'd advise you to accept the offer when it comes, or suffer the dire consequences of refusal. You will stay in these rooms as my guest for the next few days. I will not accept no for an answer. Feel free to visit the slave quarters at any time during your stay. I must warn you that if you are found anywhere outside the guest wing during your stay, or if you bother my other guests, my security forces will
He's so
immediately
clearly
approach the
Jewish,
caution.
it's just
I will
so,
return after the investigation into
he's
the
like
background
Jewish
complete.
or
Until then, make
thoroughly
yourself
Italian. He's clearly
Come, Callum.
been
Let us leave
modeled
our
after
guests.
mobsters. Why is Callow Nord so short?
Okay, we're inside. Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get past the Ebonhawk security system, and we can get the rest of your group off this planet. No sense waiting around here, though. The sooner we get off Taurus, the better.
Muchos Garcias, Canderous. I was almost scared that I was frozen yet again there, but fortunately it is not the case. So yeah, I don't remember the segment that well, but apparently this man has an affinity for purple. I don't know. It looks a lot like the what is his name? The Jeff Goldblum in Thor Ragnarok, his planet Sakaar, and he has all the ships that are kind of like 80s, and he's like, "Yes, I pardon you from living," and he melts the dude in that crazy chair. I don't know. I love that movie. Got it. Could use a texture update though.
No problem. Hey, what's the idea of barging in here? Get out of here or I'll call the guards.
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko searcha, chupapang.
She has a different
Hey,
face than the
wait,
other
I
ones.
wasn't actually going... Damn it! Okay, great. You just scared off my date for the night. So you better explain yourself before I lose my temper and call the guards.
I wonder if he would have just lost his temper and called the guards if that was his thing.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I guess you're gonna have to die then, friendo. This guy's pretty brave to take on a bunch of Jedis like that, you know what I mean? To take on a bunch of Jedis over some girl in his room. Oh shit. Oh, the guards are already here, huh? These guys are pushovers. I don't know if we did that wrong. We may have. I don't know. But yeah, Basla, cast some cure. There you go.
Sure.
Oh, Canderous needs his level up too. P? There you go. Skills. It should be demo. Treat injury should be high. Feats. Being buff, shooting guns. Cool. Wait, what? Nope. Accept? Oh, I think I have, oh, I have more stuff I gotta do. Yeah. Oh, maybe I didn't add the feat. Add the feat. There you go. Oh, I got more levels. Oh, do I just keep doing this? Okay. Blaster rifles. Cool. Right, now you're very strong, and we can get into our topics. You know. So, yeah. Oh, did I look in this Foot Locker? I don't remember. Yes, cool. So yeah, I started with the FGC, being interested in fighting game related stuff.
No problem. Got it.
Can I just rob this guy and he won't say anything? Alright, thanks guy, whatever. It's weird that you can barge into these places and they won't say anything, they'll just be like lightly agitated. What a cool, look at this! Oh yeah, that's the one thing mount from Tatooine, and that's a mount from Tatooine, and I don't know what that is. There's supposed to be a Rancor. I don't know what these three things are, but they are certainly bizarre. And not really all that alien, you know?
No problem. Got it.
Dang. Has a data pad in there.
No problem. Got it.
Hair trigger. What was in the data pad, I wonder? Just trying to figure out. Oh, this is Calo Nord's room that we just robbed. How funny. But yeah, I think that I started with the FGC in 2015. This is hilarious. Stay over here. I started with the FGC in 2015, going to tournaments for Project M, and I, going to tournaments for Project M, I had originally become interested in about 2010 or 9 when Marvel 3's pre-release stuff was being revealed. Jesus Christ. Okay, this was not a good place to walk in on. One frag for you. I want you to Power Blast. And I want you... I just want her to go deep. Stun. Yeah. This might be... Okay, he decided that this is the guy he wanted. Okay, he decided that that's the guy that he wanted. You better be casting some heal, girl. What is going on? At least I get a boost from this. I gotta get a lightsaber quick, man. Power attack? I think they said crit chance is bad. Thank you, Bastila. Well, this should heal me anyways. But yeah, I was following a lot of the pre-release information from Marvel 3. I was super interested. I loved, one of my favorite Marvel characters is Venom, and I had loved playing Marvel 2 casually. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I'm referring to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when I say Marvel 3. I had played it casually for a long time with friends. The same kind of stuff where you're the dude who like beats up everybody in video games for whatever reason. Demolitions, which one is awareness? Spotting enemies hidden by stealth, I don't care about that. Computer use I want high. Repair I want high. Demo is fine. Treat injury. Implant level 3. Nice. That's my favorite thing in these games, when you get a level up and you get all your health back. I started then, I followed the pre-release stuff. I really liked Dormammu, but I didn't really find like a ton of other characters that I was super invested in. And so I really spent a lot of time watching Marvel 3 and watching Street Fighter 4. For the first little while, I'm getting my dates mixed up. The video I dropped was 2015. I started, let me think. I think I started attending tournaments in 2014 or 2015. Maybe that's correct. Maybe that is correct. Either way, I started my tournament career with Project M, which was a mod for Smash Bros Brawl, and I played Charizard, and I played him because his Nair was,
How can Davik expect me to invest in his ventures with this kind of incompetence on display? I should summon the other guards and report you to your commanding officer. Well, I suppose I can forgive the intrusion in this case. I don't require anything. Now scurry on back to Davik.
Oh my god, how funny. Well, I'm gonna rob you too, friendo. Thanks. But yeah, I played Charizard. I thought his Nair, his neutral air was super dumb. And I just played a bunch against the CPU because I was a geek and just enjoyed battling the computer and learning the ins and outs of matchups and, you know, doing all that fun jazz. But yeah, I enjoyed doing that, and that's how I originally got into the scene. Did Candace just like literally freaking straight up like ignore like what I told him to do there? I told him to power blast the dude on the left, and he was just like, "Nah,
I'm here.
That's not me, man. That's not a me kind of thing to do." Oh, sorry, Hydro. Is there a way I can turn this off for you?
Thank you. You have no idea what it was like in that torture cage. I don't know how much more I could take before going mad. I don't have anything to give you as a reward for freeing me. Nothing tangible anyway. But I've got information that could be worth a fortune. I used to be the pilot of the Ebonhawk, Davik's flagship. I know the codes to disable the security system protecting it. I'll load them onto your datapad now. You can use those codes to steal the Ebonhawk right out of its hangar. Sell it to the highest bidder, ransom it back to Davik. Whatever you do, you'll make
This is like the most convenient individual ever. I just love the dude's expression as he looks over. He's just like, damn, that was fucking convenient. I'm really glad I opened that door. I could have been shot dead, but this is almost the opposite of that. I'm getting out of here. I'm not a prisoner anymore. I don't know. All right, we're free to go.
It won't be long until Davik figures...
Why don't you, like, I don't know, get on the Ebonhawk with me?
We've got what we came for. We should get going.
No, we gotta look for the loot, homie. But yeah, I started with Project M. That was a really awesome sauce game. I went to one tournament for the game. Ooh, Spice Labs. I wonder what this is for. I went to one tournament for the game, and I don't want to use any of my force importance with that stuff. I went to one tournament with the game. I did okay. I think I went 2-2, which means that you basically have an upper bracket and lower bracket. So you play in a traditional kind of tiered tournament setting, and then if you lose, you fall into another bracket, and you basically get another shot at the tournament. And then once you get to grand finals, which is the last, the last 2 people on the tournament, the person who is in the loser's side actually has to win 2 sets, whether that be best 2 games out of 3, best 3 games out of 5, depending on the game and how fast it is, if that person's in the loser's bracket, because they effectively have to make the other person lose twice as well, since the person who's in the winner's bracket hasn't ever lost in the tournament up to that point. I attended that tournament, I did okay, and I met a good buddy of mine named Marcus, who introduced me to a bunch of new people and introduced me to a lot of things about the FGC and a lot of cool stuff that I was exposed to for the first time. I'm just doing some exploration, Hangar Bay. Just exposed me to some cool stuff. Nice miss, guy. I think he just lose. I think it's. I don't know like what. Oh, it's canvas. Sorry. Exposed me to a lot of cool stuff, and then after I'd met Marcus, we had played tons of games afterwards, and I became very versed in. I think it started with Street Fighter V about a year after we had been playing Project M for a while. That game kind of got canceled because Smash 4 was coming out, and that game was destined to take its place because it was like the official game that they were running. I think right after that was Mortal Kombat X. I played Goro. I didn't own the game because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time. I just had a PC, and they were supposed to bring the game to PC, and then they didn't, and I was upset about that. And Goro sucked, so I played Charizard, who wasn't that good, and then I played Goro, who wasn't that good, and I still did pretty okay with both of them, despite neither one of them being at all any tier. Both of those would be considered mid or low tiers in their respective games. Then I played Street Fighter V. I was very interested in Street Fighter V when that came out. We played that for a couple years. I played Vega. He was considered to be a lower mid-tier character in that game again, even though people were pretty optimistic about him in the beginning. I think this is giving you multiple ways to actually get off of the planet here. Or just disable. Cool. Yes. That's nothing. Okay. Yeah, it was, we played a lot of games. We played Street Fighter, I played Vega, I did pretty well. It taught me a lot about fighting games. It taught me a lot about the FGC. I started attending major tournaments more regularly. I've attended our biggest major here called CEO, which stands for Community Effort Orlando, for the last 3 or 4 years. And between Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, multiple Smash games, multiple Mortal Kombat games, and multiple Street Fighter games, Marvel Infinite, Dragon Ball FighterZ, we played a ton of, we played a little bit of Unio, a little bit of BlazBlue Cross Tag. We just played every game under the sun effectively. I'm trying to, how do I, does this chair do it? Maybe I have to go to that thing and then launch, do the launch codes from there. Yeah, I think it was through this room. Through all those games and playing them, I learned a lot, and I'd always been, again, the kid who slice the computer, access system commands, disable hangar security. So how do I... Oh, there's the hangar door, I think. Which is where we needed to go. So through all that, I learned a lot. I'd always been interested in fighting games. I'd gained a lot and I'd done a lot. And the FGC is a really important thing to me. Oh, I guess we're having an interaction here. Hold on.
Much of a struggle.
Constant interruption, but you know that's par for the course.
Infested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who is serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat hound, but they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, I must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing.
Oh my god. I love that option where they're like, it was 50. No, wait, it was 100 thugs with my no lightsaber. But yeah, I got a lot, and I continue to get a lot out of... Why was it important that they were spice traders, I wonder? I continue to get a lot out of the... Yeah, okay, this is the way to go. Continue to get a lot out of the FGC, but I think that there's like a ton of stuff that's weird about it. You know, it's a geeky thing to be a part of.
Damn
and
Sith, they're bombing the whole planet.
Oh, damn.
I knew they'd turn on us sooner or... Oh, look what we got here. Thieves and a hangar.
He seems a little nonplussed about being bombed.
Leave me high and dry while the Sith turn the planet into dust? Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll take care of them, Davik. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Make it quick, Carlo. The Sith mean business. If we don't get to our ships and find somewhere safe, the bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
Alright, Davik King and Calo Nord. Alright. So we're gonna load up on them energy shields. Oh shit, sorry homie. I forgot to give you one. Oh well. Time to play it by ear. Going in, we're going for Calo. Dude, holy shit, I'm dead already? Man, this guy does some fucking damage, dude. Come on, shoot this bitch. Calo Nord is already...
They have me outnumbered and outgunned. But if I'm going down, I'm taking
What even
all
just
you with me.
happened?
This thermal detonator will blow us all to bits.
This thermo...
Shit. I'll bring this whole hangar down around our ears.
Oh, I guess Davik's dead. Arcanian Heavy Blaster, Davik's Warsuits, Davik's Visor. Calo Nord. Poor fool. Is there anything in the hangar to check out? Anything cool? Going once? Going twice? Anything cool? No? No? It doesn't seem pressing that there's a bombing or anything, but whatever. Yeah, aboard the Ebonhawk. But yeah, no, I was part of the scene for a long time, and I mean, I don't know, it's interesting when you're a part of the scene, because I think before you start going to major tournaments, it's like really easy to be kind of, be like a little overly fanboyish about the whole thing, and the more you're a part of it, the more you see how like weird some of the top player interactions can be. There's been a lot of like weird sexual allegations, especially in the Smash community, against against top players, weird conversations that come out. And even when we were going to tournaments, I would hear things about players that were not really things that I felt were indicative of people that I wanted to be role models in the scene. And they're only role models because they were good. It's just like any other sport. It had nothing to do with character or whatever. Or, you know, and a lot of these things nobody could have known from the other side. Sorry, Taurus, you're getting absolutely eviscerated here. But yeah, so, you know, we saw things. I've heard of things like top players intimidating like local players in brackets in order to get them to, like, if there was like a button check saying like, oh no, it wasn't a button check, and then like that guy being jacked and like being a douchebag about one thing or another thing, or people, you know, doing sketch stuff and having weird allegations. And there's also a lot of, like, especially with local players, like people kind of like trying to ride top player coattails. Like you especially see it with the people, and it's not, it comes down to the characters of the individuals, obviously, but you do see like a lot of people trying to like ride coattails, especially if they're like a top 16 caliber player, top 32 caliber, but not quite a top 8 player. It's really kind of weird and gross. And especially in the Smash community, I think you see like lots of like bizarreness in crowds. Like there's a whole thing with like CFL being like super loud and obnoxious about the game, and it's good to be passionate, but it's also like another thing to be like openly harassing like certain players or like openly talking shit about certain people. I forgot this was a thing! Oh, I'm in a cannon. Right. Oh, this is awesome. This game is awesome. We even got our little mini games. Boom. Glass. Making glass out of ass. Come on, lead him on. Come on. There you go. Boom. Do we have health? Oh, we have radar. Awesome. Fly over me. Boom. Is that it? That was it. Nice. But yeah, there was a lot of like coattail riding. There's a lot of like people acting weird around top players. There's a lot of weird things. And I think like what's been great, what was really good for me getting into the FGC is that I immediately made friends with some actually cool people like Marcus and Sean and all these people, that some of which we've had on the show, that are mostly, I mean, almost all of my current friends are from the tournament scene. And those people are, you know, legitimately cool, normal people. But I think like some of the people who were like nerds in high school or like had weird social lives, like they're still like trying to own up to something, and it's just bizarre and really gross when people like act mean or bad to other people. And you do get weird shit like where you go to tournaments and there's some like creepy person in the corner. Like it's overwhelmingly not like this.
We can get supplies.
It's overwhelmingly not like this with the players that you'll see, but there are times where like I'll go to a tournament and there will be somebody there and they'll be like weirdly quiet, or you'll play like your tournament match and they'll be like sitting there quiet, like not like a I'm nervous quiet, like a I want to fucking kill you quiet, you know? Like I'm like super pissed off right now quiet. And I always think about that Madden tournament like 6 months ago or a year ago where that dude shut up the whole tournament. And I go to like the locals at some of these places, and when I see somebody like that, I'm just like, I almost want to lose just so I don't get, you know, I don't risk anything, you know? But I mean, the FGC is cool. It's cool to get into like games like that. The coolest thing is to be able to find, like, especially as an adult, to be able to find people that have those kind of interests and the same interests as you, and form like lasting friendships. And when you see people talk really well about the FGC, it's because they got in with a group of people that were legitimately normal, cool people that love playing these games and love analyzing them and going over things. And playing these games will teach you a lot about competition, about life, about training, about identifying patterns, everything. How people play. You watch your own footage. I mean, I'm playing a lot of Smash Ultimate right now, and I was actually I'm playing a lot of Smash Ultimate right now. Basil is just like, bye-bye. I guess they're going back to the ship or something. Lots of Jedi around. But yeah, you learn a lot. You could learn about, you know, how to read patterns and all this stuff. Like, I've been playing a lot of Smash Ultimate, and one thing that I've been looking at and dealing with is, like, you know, my out of shield game. Like, out of shield, when you've been pressured by a move on block, like, what each character can do out of shield is, like, widely variant, much more so than in other fighting games. Like, if you're playing Street Fighter, you'll have like if you have a frame 1 invincible DP, that's like a big thing. Or if you have a 3-frame jab, that's a big thing. Or if if you're playing DBFZ and you have a special move or a DP, that's frame 1 invincible. I mean, that's frame 1 invincibility is a common thing in regular fighting games, but, like, you know, in Smash you have, like, well, is your forward air or back air out of shield fast? Is it safe? Does it hit low enough to punish a lot of moves out of shield? Is it a combo starter? There's a lot of like different math that you do. But I mean, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you, you know, how to look at things objectively, how to keep your cool, how to know how to, like, beat people in competitive stuff. Like, you know, I think Marcus taught me a lot about playing safely and conservatively and keeping my game plan very, like, pressuring people to make them crack and not trying to make wild ass reads when I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And then also, like, putting the time in to, like, learn the game and learn like the ins and outs and not try to, like, learn everything off the cuff, you know. Everything. And I think it's helped. It's given a lot of fire to a hobby of mine that, you know, was always something I was interested in, but never was something that I was like, damn, I can really run with this. And I've done pretty well at some tournaments, and I've done pretty okay at some tournaments. I've been playing enough games and long enough to kind of have both. I think the best I've ever done is I've gotten second at a local before. And it wasn't an all that competitive local, but I've done pretty good at majors, at least for a player that doesn't play that often. Like, I remember I was on CBD or something and just chilling at one of the CEOs, and I didn't even own Injustice 2, and I went like 5-2 and 4 in that and 4-2 in Street Fighter, and I'd played none of them recently, so it kind of felt good to do that. But I'm on Dantooine, new planet. This is exciting. You know, they've made it off the planet, and now we're protected by Jedis escaping the Sith destruction of Taurus. So, Rundil of Salem.
Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Takom juz dach mik. Ka chikun ida haudonga. Yiking kuno.
The Mandalorian Jedi conflict, as alluded to by Canderous when he talked to Basila, is, like, very central to this idea. And honestly, this game made Mandalorians cool, and they've not been cool in any of the actual Star Wars canon lore. I mean, Boba Fett and Jango Fett get iced, like, literally as soon as they're on screen or pull out their blasters in the movies. They called me a sentient. That's nice.
I hear that the Sith have defeated another Republic battle fleet. I do not know how much longer the Republic can last.
I assume we are allied with the Republic.
I heard that the Sith have destroyed Taurus. This bodes ill for us.
This bodes ill for us. I'm not actually evil. I was just cursed with this kind of voice.
Yikukuno noba mulira chikun. Tonghi
Ka chikun ida haudonga.
Elbow room, that's what people want. The writing is so clever. They were so good, man. Goddamn BioWare, you guys were bellissima. Zerka. Well, I love some advanced med packs. Sanasiki, Dragon Calta. These might actually be items from quests that we missed, potentially. Calrissian. Galderon Calrissian? So this like Lando Calrissian's great uncle? That's kind of a cool call out. Or great ancestor. Carl. Oh, he has all the robot stuff. That's cool. We are not on Tatooine yet, so we cannot meet a very cool optional character that kind of makes this game as far as party members goes. Let's continue forward. Tatooine was a really cool planet. It's kind of the counterpart of Korriban, which we do get to go to in this game. There's a lot of Twi'leks on this planet. May the Force be with you as well, dude. Everyone's so friendly. It's nice. Yeah, this planet is kind of the Jedi counterpart to Korriban, which is the Sith homeworld.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order? Bastila. I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents. But as for you
aren't you just that bitch spreading tea at work, huh? You're having a tea party for two right now. Everyone's got tea on Bastila, geez. No wonder she gets so pissed so easy.
The Jedi Order is not a subject for jokes. Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. I wish you a pleasant stay.
May the fork be with you as well. But yeah, no, I mean, I think fighting games are great for teaching lots of lessons. And I also think it also shows you that, like, it shows how people act when they're under pressure, you know? Like, when you take an L that's real tight and you worked your ass off to try to win and you lose, it's upsetting, you know? It's a little bit upsetting and unnerving, and you end up say screaming shit or something. You're, in the worst case, you throw your controller like I did today when I was playing Smash, because the netcode is absolutely horrible and you can't pick to not play with people who have bad connections in Smash Brothers. I think I've thrown my controller literally twice playing a game, and one of them was today. So maybe that says something about me, but I'll maybe play some Pizzak with him when I get back. But, you know, it also, generally I do okay, and I try to be fair to people who have beaten me, and I think that's something that, like, you learn a lot when you're in the FGC. Like, what's legal is legal. If it's a character that's there, you can play him. If you do something good that's open to everybody, you don't discount somebody's losses because of something that they've done, you know? What did he say?
Why are you bothering me?
What a jerk, jeez. They really are trying to get these rich upper class people to come out here and start buying land on Tatooine. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's a pretty place, though. I wish Tatooine or a Tatooine analog had been in a Star Wars movie. I mean, they had that weird planet with the tit milk aliens and the porgs in the last Star Wars movie, but wasn't exactly the best kind of dealio. But yeah, it teaches you a lot about stuff like that. You know, how to deal with your emotions when someone's gonna get upset. How to you know, not come up with excuses for why you've lost. Like when you play in bad netcode, I think all losses honestly are like, all wins and losses equally are kind of sus, because your inputs are getting eaten up if it's like lag based netcode. If it's rollback based netcodes, you hit somebody and then the game rolls back and you're getting hit even though you landed a move. I don't really care what somebody does in a match or who they pick or what they do, as long as the stability is good, because it really is just frustrating to play in one of those kind of environments. But yeah, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you how to play with people. I think the FGC is like a enormously good thing for a lot of people. I think just like anything like Greek life, you know, or anything where people have like a vested interest in seeming cool, it can be maligned and construed and twisted to be something else. And there's like this thing where they talk about FGC royalty, and you have like the Justin Wongs and the Filipino champs and all these people that are like mega popular in the scene, and then they do weird stuff. And even like touching back on the content stuff, like so many top players have been like, I just want to make crappy content so that I can make money on YouTube. And trust me, I've been down that road, and like it's just so like shallow and vapid and hollow, and like it doesn't show like any like intrigue or interest or respect to the game, to be honest. And I don't know, like people can do whatever they want. It's just shitty when you see people like openly making clickbait videos and crappy content and like really low effort stuff just so that they can get some kind of outcome. And I don't know, I appreciate all the channels that like try to spread knowledge, like my buddy Jeremy is doing, and you know, a couple of my friends are doing, and all the research. And that's what really like the beauty of the FGC is to me, is that like on the whole, nobody cares if you look cool playing a video game, because despite how much time has elapsed, like video games are not cool, you know. They maybe aren't like uncool like they used to be, but nobody is out here getting pussy because they speed run Halo 1 and, you know, sub an hour or something, or because they won Guilty Gear, they got to top 8 in Guilty Gear at Evo. Like maybe somebody's getting pussy for that, but I mean that's pretty amazing in and of itself if that's the case. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the beauty of it, is that it is literally, and football doesn't have this, you know, basketball doesn't have this, conventional sports don't have this, because it is cool to do those things. But the FGC is at its core, and most easily, a very pure thing about lots of people getting together to do something that they really love. And honestly, people at tournaments, like when you read like the comment section in like Event Hubs or Twitch, like people can be really nasty because they have that buffer of the internet. But when you go to tournaments, like generally, and I did mention that you do get like those weird like scary things sometimes, but like people, 99.9%, especially at majors, people are cool, you know, on the whole. Like people are nice. If you're just nice to people, especially a lot of the people that like go to their tournaments for the first time, or they're very nervous and they're having like pre-tournament anxiety. Everybody gets nervous before their tournament matches, and you either deal with it by saying fuck it, I don't care, or you just power through. And most people do both, or you know, one or both effectively. And honestly, like those are the things that are really awesome. And people trade tags and like, well, let's play on PlayStation, or let's play on, you know, let's trade gamer tags and play on Switch, or let's do this or that. And that's really the beauty. I mean, I've made, you know, double digits friends from the FGC, and at least 15 of those friends are like really close friends, like people that I would have be my best man at my wedding, or people that I literally call my best friends, you know. I met Austin, Najee, Marcus, Sean, Justin, Raul. I mean, a couple of these are extended friends groups from those people just hanging out, you know, and doing random shit and watching TV and anime and playing video games through FGC stuff. And that's really like the beauty of the community. And you see people kind of like make it look gross. You see people kind of make it look gross with kind of like the coattail riding and the like whole YouTube thing of making like really crappy content for almost no reason. And I don't know, it's just, I mean, I think that definitely cheapens it. But at its core, like the FGC is this super beautiful thing that if you're interested in fighting games, you should seek out your locals, go on Facebook, attend a tournament, and it honestly might change your life. It changed my life like 100% completely. I was at a point in my life where like I really didn't feel like a person at all. Like I didn't pursue any of the things I was really passionate about, and I wasn't that close with a lot of the people that I'd grown up with anymore. And it was kind of frustrating. And I met people that were legitimately cool people, like normal, awesome, you know, interesting people that I could play these games really competitively with. And I've been close friends with all these people for 5-6 years now, you know. You know, these are the people that will be my, you know, best man and, you know, be there at my wedding and be in my, you know, go on vacation with, have gone to New York and San Francisco and Colorado with, and done all these awesome things and had all these crazy adventures with. I mean, that's the true beauty of the FGC is the friendships, I think. Anyways, let's see what these fucking assholes want.
So you are the
Son
one
of a bitch.
who rescued Bastila.
Look, it's not Yoda.
Here, we have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar,
This is sketchy.
and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak.
This is a sketchy dude, man.
I am sure you are already
The little Yoda. Does Yoda's race have a name, or is it like Frieza? Is it just called Frieza's race, you know?
Bastila tells us you are strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire council can feel the strength of the Force within this man. And I've already related to you the events that took place on Terrace.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
What was she doing?
There is no luck. There is
He's in pretty good shape for an old guy, man.
all feel the power in
I
Bastila's
don't know, they must be doing some CrossFit on Dantooine, dude.
Now that
They're
this
like,
power
alright,
has begun to manifest
3,000 burpees across this circle.
The
And
Jedi
you better
training is
do
long
them
and difficult, even
side
when
to
working
side.
with a young and open mind.
Go!
Teaching a child is hard. How much harder will it be for an adult to learn the ways of the Jedi?
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults.
He looks a
for
lot
training,
like another
though
character
there
in
are
the sequel
rare
to this
exceptions
game.
in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
I agree with Master
And
Doran.
the last time they had a special
Many
case,
of
it
our
was
own peoples are
Anakin killing
leaving
everybody.
the Jedi Order to follow the Sith teachings. We need recruits to stand against Malak. With Revan dead,
Are you certain Revan is truly dead? What if we undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
we should discuss this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
Memories and dreams, dreams and memories. Where am I in this place? A place that I have seen.
The dark side is strong in this place. I can feel its power.
Darth Malak is a tall dude, man.
The ancient Jedi sealed this archway. If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us. Are the secrets of the Star Forge so valuable? Can its power truly be worth the risk?
The Star
This one is getting
Forge.
stranger by the minute. First, Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Nice. All right, well, we're gonna call it there. Hopefully I was able to catch up on some of my thoughts about the FGC stuff at some point in this discussion. I know it kind of derailed and curtailed in different directions, obviously, but you know, that's kind of par for the course for me. So in conclusion, the FGC is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing for people that really want to get into fighting games. I don't think that the content creator route is viable for a lot of people, and I don't think that it's even something that you should pursue. Like, go get a regular career and play video games for fun, you know, like a normal person. And then you won't have to jade the thing that you like. I already talked about that in the episode I did talking about passions. And if you do decide to do that, or you decide to do anything, you decide to become a community for something, part of a community for something that you truly are passionate about, find the people that are legitimately cool in that group and run with it, you know? Play the games you like to play. Don't play games just because your friends play them and they're popular. Play the games that you're interested in, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I guess that was something I kind of glossed over. There's a lot of like kind of you know, I don't want to say he said, she said, but like a lot of like back and forth shit talking about different games, like Marvel Infinite versus Dragon Ball FighterZ, or Smash versus other fighting games, or blah 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 blah, 3D games versus 2D games, drama about production companies doing things like Capcom or Namco or Nintendo, blah 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 blah. Just play what you love, play who's fun, pick a character that seems dumb and good and that you like playing, and then go to your locals, you know, find a place on Facebook, hook up with some cool people, start hosting or start going to hostings for those people. We're just going to people's houses and have a big gaming session. And then, you know, watch your tapes, see what you did wrong, see what you did right, get better at picking up on what your tendencies are, and look, I guess, because like I want to add like a little technical piece maybe at the very end here, and I'm sure most people aren't even watching or paying attention at this point. Look at something that is universal to all fighting games, 3D, 2D, Smash, platform style. Look at how your spacing relative to the opponent affects how they play. So if you're playing Smash Brothers and you do a move that's safe and you space it from maximum range versus spacing it close, what does the opponent do? Do they roll? Do they spot dodge? Do they nair out a shield? Do they wait and smash? Do they wait? What do they do? Do they jump out of shield? Do they up smash out of shield? Do they up B out of shield? What do they do? Pay attention to that kind of stuff. Think about minimizing your opponent's options and pay very close attention to what ranges you're standing in or what ranges you're poaching and how they affect your opponent's options and how often they are getting hit by certain things. Learn what moves are priority. Learn what moves are really spammable and safe or a really high reward. Those would be your priority moves. So we'd be talking with a character like Zangief, we'd be talking about, you know, really safe buttons and then trying to land pile drivers like SPDs. Or if we're talking about, you know, Joker and Smash, we're talking about trying to land fair one into up air drag down up smash or up air drag down down smash. If we're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, we're talking about any kind of move that, you know, has a 50-50 like Dante's crouching light kick or jumping heavy punch. So he had the rising shotgun, that's a 50-50. look at stuff like that and then play more matches, talk to people. Make sure to get your ass kicked by some good players so that they can show you what's what. I wouldn't have gotten to where I was if Marcus hadn't thoroughly whooped my ass with Meta Knight 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm very happy that he did. So anyways, that's all for me. We're off Terrace. Very excited to keep playing this game, and bye-bye.